How did Kendrick Lamar become financially free? We're going to talk about that in this video. Starting with some background, Kendrick Lamar, born Kendrick Duckworth, is a Compton-based music artist and businessman who would go on to being considered one of the best artists of this generation and of all time. He definitely can back it up with his Pulitzer Prize in 2018 to his 14 Grammys won. He has collaborated with greats like Dr. Dre, Andre 3000, and Eminem. You can hear that influence of him being a student of the game in his music. Now, he is considered the master himself. Kendrick Lamar has built up multiple revenue streams for himself to build up his platform, and that is what we are here to talk about. Going into music, Kendrick Lamar has released 13 plus projects throughout his career, which have sold tens of millions of copies. His highest first week sales so far was from 2017's Damn, which sold 603,000 copies. That is unheard of anymore unless you are at the top of the pyramid. In 2021, Kendrick Lamar sold 194,000 copies of Good Kid, Mad City on vinyl. That was an album that was released 9 years prior. Those are physical copy sales, which shows the money that he is bringing in and the influence that he has had for almost a decade. Kendrick also has 26 platinum songs, in which 23 of those are multi-platinum. I like to call platinum songs continuous revenue because platinum songs generate income throughout an artist's entire lifetime, way after the initial hype. That alone would make Kendrick Lamar financially free, but we haven't even talked about the business side of things yet. Kendrick Lamar is a partial owner to the record label he is currently signed to, Top Dog Entertainment. That will change here shortly because Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is the last album with this label. This transition does make sense considering Kendrick is running his own production company, pglang, which we will talk about shortly. TDE was founded in 2004 by Anthony Triffitt, which signed Kendrick when he was just K-Dot. Even though he is moving on to his own company, he has still been partial owner of TDE since 2017, which brings him income from the overall label. If you didn't know, Top Dog has some well-established artists on the roster, including SZA, Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, Absol, and Isaiah Rashad. With partial ownership of the label came more ownership of his music. Still though, Kendrick knows he can do more. After the release of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick will be in full control of the production company he will build up. Now let's get into my favorite part of this video, and that is investments. One major way that Kendrick Lamar grows his wealth is through real estate. In a Complex article, Kendrick talks about his real estate investments into housing and apartments with the focus of building long-term wealth. Most of the multi-million-dollar property he owns is for rental purposes, which will generate income throughout his lifetime. This looks to be the bread and butter for Kendrick Lamar for investments while he dives into his other ventures. Kendrick Lamar is also an investor in the artist services company Engineers. I've talked about this company in the past as there is a large backing from music artists. Engineers connects artists with audio engineers to collaborate on tracks. This is great because it provides a service to artists to get quality audio and provides a service to engineers to find more clients and get paid for their work. Kendrick investing in this company is no surprise to me because I do believe there is a high need for a service like Engineers. The company is still growing, just being launched less than 2 years ago, but it'll be interesting to see how this develops over time. Lastly, for investments, I can't leave out Kendrick's entrepreneurship venture in pglang. pglang is a multifaceted company, including a record label, publishing company, and production house. His cousin and now Grammy winner Baby Keem is signed to the label and released his Melodic Blue album through the label. This album already includes the platinum song Family Ties. I'd like to say that's a strong start to the company. Now, this won't all be focused around music. pglang will also be producing and publishing other forms of entertainment like movies, shows, books, and podcasts. The company was launched in 2020, which means it's still in early development, but we did get a taste of what's to come with the Melodic Blue. I am most interested in what pglang has to offer outside of music because that was one of the main reasons why Kendrick and former TDE president Dave Free founded this company. Kendrick is departing from TDE to build up his own empire for himself through pglang, and we can already see the early beginnings of that now. This leads me to the question, what is next for Kendrick Lamar? With the release of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that is the last album on TDE, and now we can see full focus go into pglang. With how Kendrick is releasing music, I do think it will be a while before we get another album from him, since his focus will be shifted to growing pglang. We will definitely get more real estate investments from Kendrick, as he has gone on record as that being his favorite form of investment. I have been saying this for a few videos now, but I am excited to see how his investment in engineers plays out. I really do think that service is needed. Now it is all about how the business plan is executed. I think we can also see Kendrick invest in more startup and established companies based off the startup investment for engineers. What is next for Kendrick Lamar? A new growing empire built from one he has already built up. In summary, Kendrick Lamar can back up people saying he is the greatest artist of the generation or ever with these massive accomplishments. He has won some serious awards, including the Pulitzer Prize. He has 26 platinum songs and millions of album sales. He grew up with Top Dog Entertainment and now is forming his own empire in pglang. Kendrick Lamar has always had quality as a top priority for any venture he goes in. Even with how well established Kendrick Lamar is now, I do think we have just scratched the surface with what is about to come. And that is how Kendrick Lamar became financially free. I hope you found this video informational. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, as well as let me know who I should talk about next. Any predictions for first week sales for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers? Thank you for watching. Have a great day.